Hello. I'm at the Target parking lot. I just bought this tripod. Last time I did one of these, I went to Best Buy and I bought one there. And then I returned it like after the video. So I'm just gonna do this again. Best Buy wasn't open. I'm kind of trying to get this out of the way. I think it's my first day off in like a while. They just called me this morning. They're like, "Oh, we don't need you." So like, fuck it. I'm gonna go hang out with my girlfriend. But figured next couple of days I'm gonna be kind of busy, so might as well just get out of the way here. I think it's about to hit like a year since I actually started kind of like uploading videos. I think like November 5th or 4th, around there is like when I started. And I guess I like to make another one just to kind of, for fun, see how things have been going, just share some things. I hope you're all doing all right. Thank you for checking out the last one. I don't know, it's been a while. I do feel like a little awkward, kind of just like speaking in front of the camera. There's a guy in a Bronco truck in front of me. He's minding his own business, but I'm sure he sees me doing this. A little embarrassing, but then again, it's like, who really cares? There's a couple things I do want to share today. A lot of things have happened since that initial video. I lost my job, I graduated, I got arrested, I got a new job. I don't know, a lot of things. So I guess I just wanted to kind of talk about those, and then also like why I even like started doing these in the first place, and kind of like my developed understanding over the course of the entire year of like the stuff I've been making like outside of videos. I just kind of realized like I'd like to try things out, and like I don't know, not that I'm not that good, but it's like I definitely am not that invested into it because I'm busier just kind of like actually just working and doing a lot of things. I don't feel like I have like too much time for like leisurely activities, so I kind of resorted from like making videos about like certain topics to just kind of like vlogging because it's simple. Like I'm out usually all the time. I feel like I just rather prefer that than to like do something. I don't really like care enough. I am pretty happy though with like what I've learned the past year, although maybe it's not much. I still had like a lot of fun doing all this, and I hope to like continue in the future. But to get into the first topic of losing my job, I do want to go somewhere first. We're at Home Depot, Tacoma 2, Tacoma, California. This is where I used to work. I say I gave up almost 3 years of my life in college working here. I got fired back in April due to a workplace, what was the term? Workplace violence? Yeah. In my last video, I had spoken about how there was someone there who kind of spoke ill to me about my mom. And I spoke about it initially, and I was kind of like, oh, I should probably be a little bit more truthful. And I remember I had this evening where I went and I bought shrooms. I bought them off Lori's friend, Jaime. Got them off Jaime, and then I remember I went to like Land's End. I took the shrooms and had a nice little evening there. But I had like a whole kind of like, it's a little stupid now, of course, but I had like a whole epiphany where I was just kind of like, well, I think a lot of my troubles just come from not really being fully honest to people about how I feel about them, especially when they slight me in situations where they're wrong, but I just let it slide for the sake of the peace, just to like avoid conflict. And after that day, I had a ball of a day that day. But after that, I was like, I'm gonna be more honest. I'm not gonna lie to people anymore. And I think like a little after that, I was just kind of like, I'm just gonna wait for the next occurrence. And this person, Roger Dominguez, bless his heart, he just irritated the fuck out of me. Whereas it was kind of like that thing about my mom, and afterward I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be more truthful, but I waited. The reason why Roger pisses me off so much is because he's like a little gossiper, and he'll come and like ask you to take time out of your day, especially while you're working, to come and like listen to whatever he's got going on. And sure, like, I'll listen because, like, you know, sure, I'm getting paid to do it. And it's like, sometimes it was cool and funny. But the reason why it pissed me off was this one specific occurrence where I was working the customer service desk and we didn't have any order pickers. And if you don't have anything like that, you got to resort to just doing it yourself. So I had to leave the desk and then I had to go grab something. I had to go to the receiving to grab this sideways pallet. It's like a long sideways pallet. I don't know how to describe it. If you know what I'm talking about, it's on the overhead. I had to pull it out. So I was able to pull it out, but it's like a fat pallet. And I'm like, okay, this was already like a bitch to get out. And all the receiving guys are in there, and so is Roger. They're all in the receiving just watching me do this, but I need to take it out. So I would figure that all these grown-ass men would take like the fucking cue to be like, oh, let me flag you because you can't take the pallet out of the receiving without a fucking flagger. I had to like ask everybody, dead quiet. And eventually Roger stepped up after Roger was just sitting there gossiping with them. Keep in mind, this guy doesn't even work in the receiving. He's just fucking dicking off in there. So it's like, he's the most fit to fucking help me. And he eventually steps up, but he kind of like plays it off like, ugh, fine. Like I'm fucking bugging him. But it's like, you're not even doing anything, bitch. So like, what's the issue? And he didn't even really flag me right. I remember we went down the fat aisle 28, and he wasn't even telling the customers to move. I had to tell them to move because like the customers like have to move out of the way because the pallet like eats up the entire aisle. Like you need everyone to step out of the aisle. And I remember it was like, eventually I got out and I couldn't take it out through the front door because the pallet's too fucking big. So I had to like set it down, flip the pallet around, all this shit. So it's pretty time consuming. And the whole time he's just like bitching in my ear saying, you're taking too long. Like if I did this shit, I would have done it quicker. Okay, maybe, but like you didn't fucking do it though. And that really irked me and that sat on my mind. So I remember like a few days later, I just kind of like decided, I was like, I'm gonna tell him how I fucking feel about him. I remember I had come in for my shift. I believe it was like a 6 p.m. shift, like 6 to 10. And I looked on the schedule and like I saw if he was there. I saw he was off at like 7 or something. You know, I did my usual tasks of getting my phone, putting my apron on, checking in. But I did go out of my way. I went and I looked for him and I found him in the electrical aisle. It's just like, I don't really know what he was doing. But I'm not saying what I did was right, but I remember I called him. I'm like, hey Roger, like come here, come talk to me. And I called him over, and you know I just kind of like sped walk to him because I was kind of like upset at him, and I just told him like, dude, like I don't fuck with you, this and that, like I don't fuck, like I feel like you don't respect me, this and that, like I feel like you just kind of always take it too far, and like we're cool. Well, actually no, we're not cool. What did I tell him? I was like, I'm just letting you know that I don't fuck with you because of all these different reasons, but I know how you are and I'm not looking for any trouble here or outside of work. And the whole time this dude just like flipping out. He's like dumbfounded because I guess it was out of nowhere, but he was just like, what? And he like cussing me out, calling me the N-word and everything like that, and I was like, oh dude, what the fuck? And I guess for me, that was like my first time ever like confronting someone and like really telling them I don't like them. So I was really tense, and I made the mistake of rolling up my sleeves. I wasn't gonna hit him or anything. I'm at work. I'm clocked in. Like I'm not gonna hit him. What the hell? But I remember when I rolled the sleeves, I was so tense. Like I was so nervous. Like I was so fucking nervous. And he's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, bitch? What are you gonna do? And I was like, nothing. I'm not gonna do anything to you. I just told you I don't want to do anything. I'm just telling you I don't fuck with you. Eventually, I think we had a couple people like witness it, like 2 customers and a couple people from like the night shift. And how did it go? He walked off, but then afterward, this dude like, oh my god, like honestly, I immediately regretted it. Like, you know, it was good to like get it off my chest and like speak my truth. But this bitch like started going around just like telling everybody, like keep in mind, I went back to work. I only maybe took like 5 minutes of the company time, like to just go and speak my mind to this guy, telling him, hey, we're not cool, we're not friends, I don't like what you did, leave me alone. We work together, just keep it professional. Like that's literally what I just tried to fucking tell him. And this fucker, I don't even know, God knows how many minutes of the fucking company's time he actually took up going around just telling everybody what I did. He was telling everybody that I pressed him and all that. He's going around telling all the supervisors and all that, fucking gossiping, like hella like in front of me too. He'd like go up to someone and be like, hey, come here, and like hella pull them over to go and tell them something. And it's like anything that would happen to this bitch, he'd go and tell everybody, especially if it just happened. So like, you know, I don't want to assume, but like I'm pretty sure he was doing that, like fucking telling everybody our fucking business. And I remember at work, I just let it slide. But I remember like a little right after I finished working, he hella walked up to the customer service desk where I was working, because you know he has to pass by to get his things, but he didn't even get his thing. He just walked up and he started hella just like talking shit, like, yeah bitch, you're not gonna do shit, yeah bitch. My coworker, fucking, what are their names, like Tina, they're like a little older, they don't know what the fuck is going on, they're like confused, they're just like, what the fuck, like why is he talking to you like that? And I was like, because I don't fuck with him. Like I told them, like, I don't fuck with him, like I just did this. They're like, oh, and they're like older, so they don't want to get involved, so they just kind of like were like, ooh, whatever. But eventually what happened was a couple days went by and I figured he kind of let it go. And I remember a coworker texted me and he kind of let me know. He's like, hey dude, like, hey, Roger's like going around and like telling people like this. And I just kind of wanted to know like what was up, because like I figured that was like unlike you or something like that. I just want to know like what's up with you. And I don't know, dude, like honestly that day I was just kind of feeling like very irresponsible. Like I fucking flipped out. I was like, no fucking way this bitch is going around, because what he's telling people is that I pressed him, but he doesn't know why. That like I kind of like out of the blue kind of just like pressed him, that he doesn't know why, kind of like he's being a bitch. Like he was being a bitch about it, like acting like a little bitch, like I'm gonna say that. And I remember I flipped out. I remember like, you know, I was like, oh, thanks for telling me, Ryan, thanks Ryan. And then I went and I called the fucking store, I called this extension because I knew he was at work. And I fucking at this point also they had called me to the office beforehand, because he went and he told on me that first day. He told on me, and at that point they had already told me to not talk to him, and they told him to not talk to me. But I think that's why it irked me, because he wasn't even supposed to be talking about it. He wasn't even supposed to be talking to me. But like any chance he got, he talked shit to me. But anytime I said something, like he'd go and fucking tell me immediately, like a little fucking bitch. I just, in the moment, I figured he wasn't really like that, because like, I don't know, never judge a book by its cover. I figured this guy's been in jail, he knows how to keep his mouth shut, he's really about it, like he'll keep it to himself, this is between us. No, he went and told the fucking bosses, and then they were like, you need to leave Roger alone. Okay, fine, but Roger can do whatever the fuck he wants to me, like gossip about me. So I remember I called him up, I called that bitch on the phone, the work phone, and I was like, hey, is this Roger? He's like, yeah man, this is me, what's up? And I was like, stop fucking talking about me. And immediately he hung up. And he went and he told my boss, and my boss like called me. I wasn't even getting paid. This is my biggest L. I was not getting paid to do all this. And where did it go? They told me to leave him alone and all that. And I was like, okay, cool. Shortly after, I get an anonymous phone call, like they're stupid as fuck. I got their phone number, and then they called me on a no caller ID like right after. So like I had their phone number. They called me and they're like, hey, is this Alex? I'm like, yeah, me, what's up? And they're like, you better stop playing in that depot before you get stepped on. So they called me and they fucking threatened me. I don't know who the fuck this man is, but these are grown-ass men. Like 10, 15 years older than me. You know, I'm a grown-ass man too, but it's kind of like, I would say it's a little different, because it's like, you've been around a little longer, you know? Like, what's wrong with you? Telling me you're gonna step on me just because I told Roger I don't fuck with him, and because I'm telling him to stop talking about me. But, I remember I told my boss and everything. My boss, she told me, she was like, you need to be careful with him, because like he's really scary, and like all this shit about how like a lot of people are kind of just like nice to him because they're a little like scared of him and all that. He's a bitch. He's a fucking bitch. But anyways, what happened? Oh yeah, I went like on a whole, I aired him out online. Oh my god, big mistake. Do not air people out online, because I went on this whole spree airing him out about all this shit, and I said this thing, this is what got me fired. I said, in the end times, I'm gonna get your ass and beat the fuck out of you. Don't say that. You know, in the moment, I just felt like, speaking my truth, and I said that. I was angry because I was like, what the fuck are you like gossiping for when you know you're like dead wrong? You're being weird as hell, and then you're trying to like spin it like you're a little victim when you're just like a little bitch. But I remember he and I got suspended from work. Also, yeah, well, obviously I already knew beforehand that coworkers were not your friends, but like I don't know who did it, but like whoever showed Roger that, like, because Roger was the one that like showed my bosses, and at that point they had to get involved further. He actually called the Home Depot like harassment tip line and reported me too, bitch. But because of that, he and I got suspended, and they did a whole investigation, and they had like all the screenshots, they had all the evidence, and like I don't really get why they just didn't fucking fire me. They had me like, they questioned me and all this shit. They questioned me, and then in the end they like pulled out the big trump card, like, why did you say this? And I was like, oh, I'm just speaking my truth. It was like, okay, like I'm fired, like why the fuck am I here? Yeah, I got fired. They did take a while to fire me, so I got a big severance like check. I don't know if that was on purpose, but like I would say I got like $2,500 just from getting fired, so that was awesome. I got fired. They kept Roger. They kept him, which kind of sucks. Well, you know, everyone deserves a job, I guess. I remember I got fired. In the moment, I was just kind of like, ooh, I just got fired. What now? Like shit. Like I low-key need money, so I'm kind of like, dude, what the fuck? But I remember right after, my friend Cheyenne hooked me up with this like car gig, where I just moved cars for like a car rental company. I was doing that for a little bit while I was unemployed. I still do it now, even now that I have a job, just make some money on the side. Fox Rental. My bosses, Alex and Babyline, are amazing. I don't know, it's crazy how like your bosses can actually take care of you. But I'm really grateful that I had that opportunity afterwards to at least make some money. Like shit, I bought my Camp Flognaw ticket just doing that. Probably not the best purchase to make while you're unemployed, but I made it work. But they fired me and they kept him, and I guess like afterward, and I guess I didn't really expect much, but like I did kind of realize that no one ever like checked up on me or anything from work. Like I'd work with these people all the time. Like I thought we were homies. Like okay, we weren't friends, but I thought we were like homies at least. No one ever really checked up on me. And it was kind of like, oh, that's that, I guess. Like that's just life. So I didn't take it too personally or anything like that. But I guess like after being unemployed for a while, I kind of realized like how a lot of jobs don't. Well, obviously I kind of knew beforehand, but I guess like when I got fired, I realized how quick like a lot of like big companies are to just like to sort out a situation. They'll just like fire whoever. That like I'm not saying I was a victim. Like I was definitely wrong. Like I did a lot of things wrong. I could have done that way differently. But I at least am grateful that I had the experience. Not good news, but I'd say thinking about like 4 months later, Roger got fired, and the reason why he got fired was so stupid. Like it's so obvious they were just looking for a reason to fucking fire him. They fired him because on the little phones, if you're store using something, if you mark it as store use, it's like cool, like no hard feelings, instead of just like stealing it. So I guess like keep the inventory. He like store used like a knife or something like that, and they fired him over that. I guess that was like apparently the last straw, like a store use item. They fired him over that. So I'm just trying to get rid of his ass. Oh, I see my boss. I'm gonna go talk to him. Okay. Spoke to my boss, ex-boss. Saw him walking, smoking a cigarette. Thought I'd say hi to him. All that bad stuff happened. Let's just move past that. I did give up a lot of my time here. Honestly, compared to what I make now in my new job, I was a fucking. This is slavery. Working out in Depot, slavery. But for my time here, I did learn a lot of cool things. I feel like I actually like developed a lot of good working skills. Met a lot of cool like older and younger people here. I feel like you meet a lot of cool people here. Kind of like widens your perspective, and very grateful for the opportunity to have like at least like picked up some experience with here. Like at the end here, I was able to drive all the machines in the store. I was kind of like the go-to for everything. I think at a certain point I just kind of stopped caring about like not knowing the machine so I could avoid like work. But for me, I just felt like if I learned everything, it just made my job like a whole lot easier. But at least like I'm glad that I kind of pushed myself to like go and do all that. At least from my end working here, when I did get fired, like my bosses did let me know like, hey, like thank you for at least like holding us down. You're a really good worker. And well, it was cool hearing that, even though I was getting fired. But overall, like I don't regret working here. It's pretty fun. I would suggest it, even though it's kind of like technically slavery, but like, not okay. That's kind of insensitive maybe to say, but you just don't make a lot here. But that's pretty much it. I'm banned from here. When I walked up with my boss, I didn't step inside. I could just go inside. What the fuck are they gonna do about it? But I am technically banned, so I did not go inside to respect what my manager Diego told me when he fired me to not come back. But well, it's pretty much it when it comes to my job. I did get a new job at Topgolf. Pretty good hours, pretty good pay. Pretty content with that. I do have more to share about that later down the line. But while I was unemployed, I had that like car gig while I was still looking for a job. Honestly, for the first month, I didn't even really look for a job. I'll be so real with you. I did not even look for a job. I was just like doing hella drugs. Oh my god, I was doing so many drugs. Like I was already doing hella drugs before, but once I got like fired, oh my god, I started doing hella drugs. Cause it like, I just wanted to like, well, it was like a joke, but it was kind of like I want to live the unemployed bro at 2 a.m. smoking a cigarette at the park kind of fantasy. 2 p.m. Sorry, I wouldn't smoke in front of kids, of course, but you know, I just kind of wait about that. It was pretty cool doing all those drugs, and also just working that like part-time like car job on the side. They kind of like took me in when I really needed something, and like honestly, I'm very grateful for those two, especially like Cheyenne for even like putting me on with a job like that. I would say she was there when I really like needed something like that, like actual income, and like I'm very grateful for that. That's pretty much it, dude. I'm like standing here. Hold on, I'll show you my setup. Alright, so I got the tripod here. It's like, dude, so many like dudes like working their jobs. They're like, what the fuck is that dork doing there taking this video? But just gonna, what am I gonna do now? Oh, I know where to go. I'm gonna go to where I graduated. Okay, we're at the park. Here, came here a couple times recently. My first time I came here was during my graduation in May, and then another time in June for a baseball game with my cousin. I graduated back in May with a bachelor's in psychology. It took me about 5 years. College is really interesting. I feel like when you're in high school, they tell you that like, college is like this like 4-year thing, like sign up, do your apps. It's a 4-year process, in and out clean. But I guess like what they don't really tell you is that the 4-year college experience only really comes if like you're taking like 18 credits a semester and maybe taking like some summer courses on the side. That's a lot of work depending on the major. I can't even imagine like more technical majors that like involve math, all the work you gotta put in for that. But I feel like you can only really do that if you don't have to worry about like working. I think when I got a little older, I kind of realized that like a lot of people that I went to school with when I was younger were a little bit more like comfortable in life. Nothing wrong with that, of course, but like after my own college experience, having to like go to class and then gotta go to like work right after, I feel like I missed out on like a lot of like activities in school. Like I couldn't go to do all the extracurriculars, couldn't really do all that because I was focused on working. And I guess it's just like my observation from college. Me, I was like still full time, doing like 12 to 15 credits a semester. This dude just staring at me, fucking weirdo. But after putting in all that work, it finally paid off. I graduated May of this year, but I guess that day was really interesting. I figured it was like a day of celebration. So that day I remember I smoked a joint really early in the morning. I was a little high already. Then I showered and got ready. And then what did I do? I had bought some shrooms a few days before, and I was kind of like, I'll take them here. I'll take them today. Big mistake. Do not take drugs at your graduation, because I don't know, I thought like it was gonna be chill and shit, but like I don't know, that day I guess my mom was kind of like flipping, like kind of tweaking out that day. I don't know what's up with her. She kind of tweaks out sometimes. She was hella like rushing me. I'm like, bro, like the fuck, like hella rushing me, and then kind of like nitpicking little things, and then like I guess that was already like kind of irritating me. And then on top of that, my dad didn't want to go to my graduation because my mom's boyfriend was going. He, I guess, felt like it would be like awkward. He just kind of felt uncomfortable with that. I remember I was like really bummed out about that. But I remember when we got to the park, I remember like texting a couple friends, and like none of them answered. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like you graduate and then all your friends in college like don't fucking answer you. It was kind of like that. I had like a friend that like stopped talking to me. Like I remember I hit him up, stopped talking to me, and then my other friend, I don't know, he was kind of busy, so he didn't really answer. I saw him like a little later. This guy just caught a fish, but I was kind of just alone the whole time, just kind of like to myself. It felt like a little sad, I guess. Already kind of like being like fucking drugged up, and then I guess like already kind of like getting agitated by my mom, and then my dad not being there, kind of just like, I don't know, it brought something out of me. I remember like sitting in the 300 sections, dude, like, oh yeah, I was lost as fuck the whole time, dude. Like I was faded and like lost. Like I didn't even know where you're supposed to really go. I remember I went in, I just went up to the 300 sections, and like I was hella upstairs, like up there just fucking crying. And then I saw like all the graduates like down by like the little stage area where they were. And I'm like, how the fuck do I get down there? So after I finished crying, I was hella tweaking out that day. I'm not even gonna lie, like that day like genuinely felt like it was like the last day of my life too. I just felt like I was having like a weird identity crisis, because like after high school I just went straight to college. Like yeah, I worked and all that, but I guess like all I had really done before that was just kind of like school. I knew I was gonna be okay. Like, look at me, I'm okay now. But it's not sunny. But I guess it was something like new coming up, and then I didn't really know what to expect. So I was like really anxious about that. Fuck those dudes. They're like, driving my hell, giggling at me. But I don't know, I just lost my train of thought. It's hella bright too. Fuck. I remember I went down, I had run into David Orozco. He was there for like for a friend. And he let me have some of his what was it, a beatbox? I had some of the beatbox too, so I got a little drunk. Yeah, at this point like I'm just like fucking smoked. Oh yeah, I smoked 2 joints too. Like I remember I smoked one before I went in. Oh my god. I'm high as fuck. I'm on the shrooms, and like I drank a little bit. At this point I'm just kind of like, I'm actually out of it. Like that was like the most out of it I'd ever been in my life. I actually felt like not embarrassed, but I was just like, bro, like what am I doing here right now? My graduation, hella drugged up. I'd never like done that. And then I remember kind of running into a couple people that I recognized. Like this whole time I'm like chilling where like all the guests are, when I should be like sitting with all the graduates. I'm just like roaming around the Oracle fucking park, just high, like fucking drugged up, and running into all these people, and they're like, should you be over there? And I'm like, I don't know, like no one really told me shit. And like I don't know, I felt like it was kind of one of those moments where I really need to be paying attention, but I really fucking wasn't, because I was fucking drugged up. But it just felt really overwhelming that like entire day. Like I definitely should not have done all that. I remember eventually I did stay with the graduates for a little bit, and like I felt fine like at that point. I think I just kind of cried most of it out. And what did I do? I just chilled there for a moment, and I do remember while I was roaming around, like I did see like a lot of people were like very happy because, you know, of course everyone's graduating. I saw a couple classmates from like some of my class. I didn't really know them that well, but like, you know, they wished me well. I wish them well. I don't know if they like knew that I was fucking on drugs. Probably. I ran into my friend Aliana's girlfriend Julia. She was like, "Hey, like, what are you doing here?" And I was like, I'm on drugs right now. And I was just kind of like, I was talking to her for a little bit, but like, dude, like I was so out of it, like I couldn't even talk. Like I remember I was just kind of standing there for some periods, just like chilling there, like kind of looking out like into the crowd with her, and I'm just like, bro, this is probably so awkward for her. I'm like drugged up, and I'm like, oh, we should hang out soon. She's like, yeah, definitely. And then I just kind of was like, well, I gotta go. I just cut it short because I was fucking, dude, I was too drugged up to fucking handle that. And saw the graduates chill for a little bit, but I remember I just kind of was just like, someone told me that it was just gonna be like long speeches and all that. And I remember just like being hella fucking high, and I was like, what the fuck am I here for then? Like if I don't even get the diploma and all that. So I remember I was just like, I want to go home. Like I told my family. They didn't even know this whole time I was on drugs. Like they didn't know. My family didn't know. I don't even think they know still. Like I didn't tell them I was on drugs. I was just like, I want to go home. Like let's go. I remember we left and we went to Red Lobster because I remember they were like you're not gonna walk, and I was like no, we don't do that. This and that, because like that's like the understanding like I had. I remember we left early. Fucking some asshole at the fucking door was hella like, give us your tickets, there's no re-entry. It's like, bitch, I know, damn. Like hella like fucking giving us a hard time while we're trying to fucking leave. And we went to Red Lobster. I was so high. I didn't even fucking eat my Red Lobster. That's how high I was. Like I felt like competent enough. Like I was holding up conversation. I was hella chill. But I didn't even eat my Red Lobster. Also that day, like I just kind of like I feel like I talked to my brother about like a lot of things, especially how I felt. Kind of feel like growing up my parents would treat me like a third parent, and like if a stressful situation kind of happened, they'd kind of like tell me about it, kind of put it on me, but then they'd be like, don't tell Kevin, we don't want to stress Kevin out. And well, I guess I understand not wanting to stress out someone. I guess I feel like that wasn't really fair to me, kind of having to take on like a lot of stress, and then kind of being told like you need to like protect your brother and not tell him this. I remember I just kind of told him how I felt about like a lot of different things, like how I felt about my parents, and I feel like I'm kind of glad I told him, because I feel like I just need to kind of tell him that, let it out. I feel like that was like a good moment. Turns out later that day, like after I left, people did walk. There was like a whole like little camera, and I didn't do any of that shit. I didn't even get my diploma. That shit came in the mail. Fucking, I was too high for all that shit. Like I got so faded. I ain't gonna lie. Oh my god, that shit was terrible. But I don't know. That was like a weird day. Like I said, I did feel like it was like the last day of my life. Like holy shit, bro. Like I felt so overwhelmed, like shaking. I don't know what was up. A lot of people did seem to enjoy the day, but also while I was kind of like roaming around, I remember I did see like a couple people, like I saw this one girl in particular by like the bathroom. She was like on the fucking ground, like fucking bawling her eyes out, and I was like, bro, me too. So I guess like it can be like a happy day and then also like a sad day, or like a day of grieving. I feel like for me it was just like a day of grieving. I feel like I kind of just like, ugh, I don't know, that shit was not really, I probably had like an easy major compared to other majors, but like bro, that shit was not easy. That shit was not easy, like going to fucking keeping up. Like college, all it is just showing up. You just gotta show up and actually do the fucking work. It'll pay off eventually, but it's just like, bro, graduated, that was cool. What do I do now? I work as a server, but at least I learned a lot. I learned a lot about, I don't know, not really, well, I learned a lot, but can't really think of it. But yeah, I graduated here, and then I went to a baseball game here a little shortly after. That was cool. I don't think, not that I wasted the day, because you know, I'm not gonna get another graduation unless I like go get a fucking master's. I don't know if I want to do that yet, but that was a really interesting graduation day. Like, okay, if you're gonna go, like, you could at least like pregame, like drink a little bit or like smoke a joint. Just don't like cross all this shit, bro. Like, oh my god, especially if like someone's like irritating the fuck out of you, like my mom was. Like, dude, please don't play around like that. But I'm gonna get out of here. It's kind of sunny. It's hot. There's a lot of people walking around just looking at me. It's a little more. This is more awkward than the Home Depot parking lot. But next, I want to go to the place where I was arrested. I gotta keep this one short because I parked illegally, technically. I got arrested in the financial district June 8th this year. I would say 5 months ago. Yeah, 5 months ago. It was on this exact street where I got arrested. So what happened was I spent the weekend in Sacramento with my cousin, and then it was like when the president had sent the National Guard down to LA. It was kind of like around that same time, like same weekend. I remember there was like a call for mobilization at the ICE building here in SF. I remember like Sunday, I was coming back home anyways. I didn't tell anybody I was going because like I felt like if I told anybody, they just told me to not go, you know, because safety and all that. So I just went on my own, and I remember I parked at my friend Lori's house, and I took the BART up to the city. I brought my skateboard and I skated there. We're at the building. I have some videos. I'll probably like throw them in, but there was like a mass gathering in front of the building. Eventually the police showed up. They were not fucking with the fact that everyone was there. Eventually they kind of started pushing everyone out on the street, and I think this kind of took like about an hour, hour and a half. And what did we do? Eventually, this just kind of like started blocking everyone up, and oh, what the hell? Anyways, the big group, they all started just walking towards like the Montgomery BART station from the ICE building. It's like a straight shot. And then the police just kind of like stood there. They just like stopped following them. So I kind of figured like the protest was over, but I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I just showed up just to show up, see what it's about, you know, show some support. And I figured it was over. So they all left, and I was like, okay, well, I guess that's that. So I remember I went to this like ramen restaurant nearby. I ate dinner. It was alright. The ramen was okay. It's like kind of expensive, but I remember eating, and then I went down this like street that's like a slope. I rode it down with my skateboard. The skateboard I was using is kind of like a cruising board with big wheels, so it goes fast. I made the mistake of riding it down the hill, and the light was going red. So I tried to stop myself, and I ate shit on the street, and I busted up my kneecaps, and then also my my elbow. I got injured pretty bad. Like I got like an adrenaline rush when I got hurt, because like the cars were coming. So I got up, picked up my board, and I ran on like to the street, and what's it called? I was just kind of sitting there for a moment, just like enduring the pain like a man, and that shit hurt like a motherfucker. And hold on, let's get a better view of the street. There we go. But I got hurt, and then I was kind of like, well, I should probably go to the fucking hospital, because like my elbow was like my elbow was fucking busted, bro. Like that shit was like lit in fucking half. So from there, instead of going to the ICE building, because initially I just wanted to go there to check out like the damage afterward, because they trashed that building. It was crazy. I started walking towards the BART station, and as I'm walking up, I'm like fucking limping. I had like a mile and a half to walk to the BART station. I was limping. Eventually I ran into like the protest group with the police behind them, and they're walking towards me, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, oh hell no. Hey, bro, I thought it was over. I really thought it was over. But people saw that I was injured and they're like, hey, like come with us, like we have like stuff to patch you up and all that. And I was like, okay, cool, like I'll go with them, get patched up, then I'll just go to the hospital, you know, because I don't want like an infection. So to like avoid an infection, I fucking did that. And then what did I do? I went with them, and then we got onto this street. It was this specific street where I was kind of like, okay, well, they patched me up. I should go to the hospital now. No, police already fucking blocked out the street. Like, they got, like, human wall on the end of it, like a human shield on every end of the street, closing in. So if you're in there, like, they don't give a fuck. If you're there, like, you're out. Like, you've got, you're cut, buddy. I remember, like, going up to the police, and I was like, hey, like, can I go I'm trying to go to the hospital. Can I go to the hospital? They just ignored me. They didn't give a fuck. And I was like, fuck you guys. And eventually they were like, you're all under arrest. You need to, like, you guys need to just line up so we can all arrest you individually. Whoever surrenders first and stands on this little piece of the street will get processed quicker. At this point, I'm injured and I gotta take a shit and all that. So I gave it up pretty quickly. And it was right here on the street. It was like a cool fucking 100 of us just like sitting here on this little end of the street. Everyone's like begging to not get arrested. Like low-key me too. But it wasn't really like a negotiation. We were all getting arrested. It was just like one at a time kind of thing. The amount of shit I saw on the ground, there's like hella knives, hella drugs on the ground. It's like, you know, you don't want to get caught with all that. Hella drugs. I found a bottle of Jose Cuervo on the ground, like right there to my right. I was sober during this, dude. I was like, I'm getting arrested now, I'm sober. I started drinking. Like, that bottle was fucking full. It was full. It was a full bottle. Like, they didn't even drink it. Ooh, what were they gonna do with that? What the hell, boy? Interesting. Now thinking about it. But I remember I taking the bottle and I just started drinking it right here on the street. And then, like, people were passing around cigarettes because, like, it's like, okay, we're all getting arrested. Might as well smoke a cigarette. We're, like, eating strawberries, too, and shit. We're eating all this shit. And then eventually I got processed. I got put into a van with, like, 5 other dudes. It was, like, everyone's first time, like, ever getting arrested. And they took us to the sheriff's, like, office by... I forgot where it's at. It's, like, in downtown or something like that. But I remember I didn't... Oh, yeah, my phone was about to die, too. I remember, like, I texted my family with, like, the last few, like, battery life on my phone. I was like, guys, like, I'm getting arrested. Like, I'm sorry. Bro, my mom's boyfriend thought I was getting arrested for, like, a DUI or something. I was like, bro, what? Like, boy, fuck you. But they didn't know why I was getting arrested because, I couldn't tell them because my phone was, like, gonna die. I just told them I was getting arrested, and then I told them where I thought I was gonna be. I was not where I thought they were gonna put me. But, eventually, they had me in, like, zip ties for, like, 2 hours. People were just, like, singing songs and shit inside the jail while we were all getting processed. And then eventually they processed me. I got, like, a citation. I got a court date. So I had to go to court. My court date was July 3rd. I'll get into that in a bit. But I remember when I got out, there's, like, people out there, like, waiting for us. Like, they offered power banks and food and all that. First thing I did was charge my phone, and then I figured out what the BART station was. I took, like, the last BART of that night down to Balboa Park to get my car, and then I drove myself to the Kaiser in South City. And dude, like, I shit you not, I waited so long to get treated. They offered stitches. I did not want stitches. Fuck no. So they did some, like, glue thing. So I'm not putting stitches in my arm. Oh, hell no. But I think I got home at, like, 3:30 in the morning. I got home by the time my mom was getting ready to go to fucking work. And then they were like, what the fuck happened? And then I told them, they were, like, pretty upset at me because I got arrested. And then, like, dude, like, I actually, like, couldn't even move my arm and shit. But after I had gone arrested, I remember I went to work the next day with the car job. I just went to work the next day, just, like, with a fucking bandage. The court day eventually kind of came up around, I I think it was like a week before I was supposed to go to court. They postponed the court date, and what's it called? They postponed it. It's indefinitely now. Apparently, the people who were kind of with me, they were telling me that they usually like do that, and they either like dismiss it like way in the future, or they just drop the charges entirely. But right now, I'm indefinitely due in court for getting arrested. Reason for arrest is Penal Code 6969. I looked it up. It doesn't really describe anything. I know one person there got arrested for like a felony. They got a felony. The cops are right there. Are they gonna get me again? Not really. But I'd gone arrested, and I'd never been arrested before. And honestly, it was just like a slap on the wrist. It wasn't even that serious. Like, I wasn't even in the jail. Like, I wasn't even sleeping in the jail or anything like that. They just had me in like zip tie. Oh yeah, I was like bleeding too. The police had witnessed me like cleaning my wounds and everything like that. They were just watching me while they had us like surrounded. But yeah, I remember when they had me in the zip tie, I was like bleeding. I was still bleeding. My arms hurt like a motherfucker because I was injured. But they didn't really seem to care. They took a mug shot of me. There's like a little building, like kind of like where that red guy is. They had pulled everyone to the side and like searched all of us. They searched me. They're getting a little touchy. They were touching my no-no spot and everything too. Well, overall, it was kind of cool getting arrested, but it wasn't really like ideal, I suppose, because I was just trying to go to the hospital. I don't really know what else to really share about that. That was kind of crazy. I'm still waiting for the court date. I have an evidence bag with my blood on it. Apparently, the shit they did that night, like while arresting us, was not very legal. So that's why they think that they just postponed it and they might drop our charges. Probably because they just like, I don't know, like when you're getting arrested, do they at least like have to treat you? Like, I don't really know, but like they denied me care, and I was like, bro, like I'm not even here. Like I thought the protest was over. Like I'm trying to go home. I'm trying to go to the hospital. You arrested me, but man, I'm surprised I even found parking here. Same spot too. Yeah, I got arrested here, right in front of the Mills Building in 220 Montgomery Street, San Francisco, California. I think a few weeks later, I saw the mayor at the Pride Parade, and I asked him if he's gonna like dismiss my charges, and he just ignored me because fuck the mayor, fuck that little bitch. That's pretty much it. I'm getting a lot of weird looks from random strangers driving by, just looking at me. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Yeah, alright, see ya. Alright, I'm here now. Just a couple people here, they're just fucking looking at me. Weirdos. That's pretty much it. Got arrested. Well, there are a couple more things I want to talk about. While I was unemployed, I feel like I was just kind of going around doing a lot of things, like hanging out with friends, spending a lot of time, like, while I was like that unemployed friend that has like a lot of free time on a weekday. I'd be going and doing like the most random shit ever. It's pretty fun. I have a lot of videos of those like on my YouTube channel, like the stuff I was doing while I was unemployed, if you ever want to check that out. But I wanted to get into why I even like do this in the first place. I think initially in the first video I made, I was like wanted to speak my mind without like having fear of judgment from others. I feel like I myself have experienced a lot of instances where I really do care about like what other people think. I feel like a lot of people can relate in that manner. I feel like growing up I would experience a lot of instances where people would like be pretty mean to me, and because of that I just kind of felt really closed off. Like, yeah, I'd kind of goof off and all that, but I feel like I'd only really goof off for like attention. I remember Mr. Tang in high school, he was like, I don't think his parents pay attention to him. When he said that to me, I was like, you might be right. But I guess after that, after all those experiences, I'd be kind of closed off and like really insecure. Like I'm still insecure, of course, but I kind of always felt like I couldn't do something simple like posting on the internet without like someone like thinking something or someone just saying something to me and like it hurting my feelings. I don't know. I feel like I kind of just had enough of it. I feel like my last straw was just kind of like the last relationship I was in. I feel like I was just kind of dragged through the mud in the sense of just kind of feeling like I didn't really respect myself enough. And I think after that, I kind of just decided, I was like, I feel like I can't really live my life kind of like giving too much of a fuck or letting people who maybe don't really even like themselves or, well, I'm not saying I have anything going for me, like, but have nothing going for themselves, kind of like influence me, make me feel like I can't do something because I'm not cool enough, I'm not good enough. I just feel like that's not really a way to live, and I feel like that's just how a lot of people live. They like never go and like pursue what they really want to do because there's others that kind of like put them down. And at the end of the day, like, you just gotta be a boss, bro. Like, go and fucking do it. But I do understand like how hard it is to like start or even like put yourself out there. I feel like this year I did a lot of like things I normally wouldn't do. Like I went out of my way to like go make a lot more new friends, kind of like carving my own path, kind of like enriching my own life, not waiting around for something that won't happen if I don't do something about it myself. I'd say this year I made a lot of cool new friends, and then also like really spent time with like my existing friends. I'd say this year I'm really grateful for some of the new friends that I made. My friend Lori, thank you, Lori. I feel like we spend a lot of time together hanging out. It's always great. I feel like you're really there for me when I need it. Appreciate it. Another friend I made is Jasmine. I met Jasmine at school. I thought they looked really cool, and I just wanted to talk to them. And I'm really glad I did, because I feel like if you never really kind of like go and like try to like initiate conversation with somebody, you'll kind of miss out on meeting cool new people. Jasmine's a fairly new friend. I don't really hang out with her like too often, because, you know, we're both busy, but I'm really grateful for our friendship, and like it's really great talking to you always. And my friend Moses, I met him earlier this year at the Tyler the Creator concert in Oakland. I remember I went alone, and fucking everybody, when you go to one of those concerts, specifically those, there's just a bunch of losers there. Fucking I'm going to the loser concert, but it's just a bunch of losers there that like don't want to talk. They're hella like weird. But I remember like kind of walking around, I just saw Moses, and I just like, I don't know, I just figured I wanted to turn and say what's up to him. And we just like hung out during the concert. We spent some time together. We exchanged information, and we didn't really talk for like I think like a good month really. But like after that, he was really like, hey, like let's hang out, man. And I was like, fuck, man, like someone wants to hang out with me? Like shit, okay. And we hung out, and like we've been hanging out like a fair bit. Recently, he took me like a little bit up north to Marin County, this beach called Point Reyes. Thank you, Moses, for taking me. That was really awesome. But I'm really grateful for those 3 friends that I made this year. I really hope to like really work on those friendships and like, you know, enhance those. But my current existing friendships, like those mean a lot to me, and I'm really grateful for my friends, like specifically like Santino and 80. They really like, they hold me down. I also do want to bring up my cousins. My cousin Christian, he's like he's like my older brother, like the older brother. Just my cousin though. I feel like I've gotten a little busy with like everything going on in my life, so I don't really like hit up Christian as much as like I used to. Like I feel like I talk to Christian like almost every day, but now it's like every once in a while. But like I did feel like kind of bad not really hitting him up, but I guess with me, like I still love my cousin. I still got like my things going on, but when the time is right and when we get together, like it's always like amazing and fun. And I love my cousin. My other cousin David, he's like the one that like I argue with, and, like I don't get along with sometimes because he's kind of a bitch sometimes. But I really love David. He's really cool. He's a cool guy. He's fun to hang out with when he does want to hang out with me. And recently I saw him at the Playboi Carti concert. It was really good seeing him there with George. I'm gonna go to the Camp Flognaw Festival with him in 2 weeks. So it's gonna be like a nice little trip. The past 2 years I'd gone with David. I remember 2023, it was just me and him. We drove down. It was a really good time. Last year we drove down with George. We're gonna do that again this year. I guess like around November time is kind of when I hang out like a lot with like David, especially like Thanksgiving time. We usually go down to his parents' house and we have like a nice little dinner and we just eat, chill. But I'm really looking forward to that. Shout out to them. Shout out to my other cousins that I don't really talk to, like my cousin Jacqueline. Jacqueline's always just sleeping or something. Like, I don't even talk to Jacqueline. My cousins down in SoCal, they're awesome. But I don't see them. I'm gonna see them soon though. Then my cousin Paloma, she came down from New York recently with her boyfriend Oscar, and we hung out. It was really nice. She's coming over soon, so I hope to hang out with her. I really want to go to New York one day and like go and visit her over there. You know, see what's up out there. But yeah, that's really it. Like, not really. Oh, shout out my girlfriend too. My girlfriend Krista. She's hella awesome. But I'm out here at Treasure Island. We out here. See the bridge? Did you know that bridge was made by Chinese engineers? Like, America didn't even make this shit. Bro, the Chinese got us, bro. We're ass compared to the Chinese, but I don't know. Well, that's pretty much it. At least I think. Oh, my job at Topgolf. I've been working there for like 3 months now. I get paid pretty well. Not a lot, but I get paid pretty well. Like, now I can actually like catch up on like fucking buying shit and like paying off a credit card, like my student loan. So like, thank God for that. And then I got my car job on the side. Been working that. I won't say I have too many friends at work because like a lot of people just kind of come and go at that job. So it's kind of hard to like lock in and make friends. They're just staring at me. Hey, fucking, I'll wave at them. But very grateful to be employed. Being employed is definitely, although, you know, having a job kind of fucking sucks. You just gotta go to work. Very grateful to at least be able to get income, to at least like pursue my financial endeavors and financial goals. Like last year when I made the first video, I mentioned how I made a high yield savings account. I haven't been investing as much lately. Like, I still have some in like my investment account, but all I gotta say, my savings account got 4 figures now. 4 figures. Watch me make it 5 and 6, maybe 7, but like probably not. I'd be happy with like cool high 5 figures sitting in my savings account. But I don't know, maybe I'm thinking small, but I'm just thinking right now. Thank you for watching. It was pretty cool. I think I made this within the span of like 2-3 hours. I drove around. I'm gonna go hang out with my girlfriend now. We're gonna go to a Halloween party. I want to get drunk, but I gotta drive, so probably not. But you know, I'll see how it goes. All right, see y'all.